I know I need to size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafeez, and with me as always is Devin, and we are about to talk about a whole lot of stuff going on in the wrestling world. You know what we're talking about by now. Oh my goodness, yes.
You know what you came here for. You know what you came here for.
Man, the day that many of us thought we would never see, where the changing of a guard, the end of an era would happen in WWE. Yes. Vince McMahon not being a part of WWE, like not being the CEO, not being in creative, just gone. I really, we always talk about like, hey, creative and Vince's direction and all that being, what it is, but there was no one to keep him accountable. Like he's the guy. So, if until he decides he's done, he's never going to leave. And he was on Pat McAfee even saying like, he doesn't see himself retiring anytime soon. So it's like, shoot, this dude is going to be around for a long time. Just buckle up, buckle in, everybody. All of us that have an issue with his booking decisions and all that, he's not changing anytime soon. Well, apparently that time has come. It is truly an end of an era. Vince McMahon at 77 years old retires from WWE.
It is decided.
Wow. Yes.
Or asterisk marks. Never know.
Yeah, never say never. Right. Oh man. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them to have him do an appearance here and there, like to show up, to surprise people, like, oh wow, he's there, but not as like, in charge or anything, maybe just as a guest, like it's Vince McMahon. He's, the guy who created all of this. So I could still see that happening, but yeah, this is wild. This is wild. Then first, before we even dig into this, I want to say like, thank you to Vince because he has given us some great memories. He created this company that has given, me a lot of joy. Just I've grown up, watching WWE and being a fan of WWE, and all of the great moments that I've enjoyed. For as much shit as we all give Vince, the great moments came from him too. And so, just thinking about it that way, I have to thank him for just all of the years and years and years, decades of just watching wrestling and having this great entertainment put a smile on my face, and just making me feel something, making me care about this crazy thing called, wrestling. It's amazing to, think about, overall, like, just him being around for so long and just creating this amazing thing out of men in tights, like who'd have thought like something like that would become a global phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
But, he did it, when wrestling had been around before Vince and it'll be around after Vince. But there's something to be said about what he created and just making it reach the heights that it did. No other wrestling company has ever reached the heights that WWE has, period. Like he's done something that no other, there's been so many territories, so many different companies, and not one of them has been like this company has been.
Yeah.
You know, ESPN talking about them, you know, just having shows in Saudi Arabia, for better or worse, but, you know, just being global, like people all over the world, you know, just experiencing them the way they have, being a publicly traded company. Like, it's just, it's insane just to think about that. This is a wrestling company doing this. So props to him, you know, and he's not one that even, like, it's funny hearing him talk about praise. He doesn't like that, but he's gonna get it. It's just part of the, you know, celebrating his career overall that, you know, he's gonna get that. So thank you, Vince. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for, you know, all the moments, the you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin and you in the hospital room with, I'll take it from here, nurse. You know, like, one of my favorite moments ever. One of the infamous ones of it's me. It was me. When he got unveiled as the higher power in the corporate ministry. Like, so many, even the more recent of him taking that terrible stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But still funny as shit.
I loved it. I said it was perfect.
Yes.
The way that he took it and the fact that it was terrible was perfect. So many memories. I mean, one not so great for him where he ran down the ramp to get into the ring.
Tore both his quads
at the same time. Even here, Pat McAfee says it takes a special kind of person to do that. I mean, it's just been a hell of a ride. You know, kudos to him. His final champion is Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. So you can take a lot of pride in that, Devin. He made that happen. You know, he's the reason why we have the tribal chief as, in the modern era, the longest reigning champion, period, and one of the greatest champions we've ever seen. So, yeah, man, just kudos to Vince and, you know, happy retirement. So I just want to start off with that. What you got to say, man?
I would say thank you, Vince, for bringing me to this art form that we call wrestling. And like you said, making it global, rebranding it as sports entertainment. You know, like I said, it's all the same thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Get that in there real quick. And he took his brand and he made it a global empire. And, you know, even during the crappy booking decisions, he still made his business very profitable, getting these $1 billion network deals, Peacock deal, NBC, Fox, you know.
Network before the
Peacock
deal.
He had a network before that. Yes. Even gave us this type of value that we had. All the pay-per-views that we still called them at the time when we had the network. Now they're the premium live events. Right, the PLE. As we call it. But you know, even before he gave us my favorite wrestler ever, Stone Cold. You know, I that's why I just can't say like, man, fuck that dude. This is a dude that brought me to wrestling, that got me to escape what was going on, and you know, like, oh man, look at this dude, Stone Cold, getting entertained by The Rock, just all these different, you know, stories that they told with different wrestlers, with Undertaker and Kane, or Triple H and Shawn Michaels, all these emotional storytellings. Even in the, you know, I got to give him respect what we was going through in the pandemic to still produce a show of that quality.
To say we're not going to stop, we're going to keep going.
Yes, and you know, to take that, I think the NBA was the first to use it with all the telescreens, and he kind of just used that idea and made the Thunderdome, man. So, you know, thank you, Vince, for bringing us to this, like I said, this art form that we call pro wrestling / sports entertainment.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hell of a career, hell of a legacy overall. So yeah, I mean, that's the best way to start it off. Now, obviously, there is controversy, you know, with this whole thing.
There is.
Because again, on Pat McAfee, he did say, you know, he didn't see himself retiring anytime soon, and then all of a sudden he retires. And we all know there's allegations against this man, paying off women millions of dollars in NDAs, basically, to hush money, if you will. So with all that, it's that's not gonna go away. It's one of those things that is there. It's out there. So
very public.
To me, him abruptly retiring, it scares me also, because I'm thinking, what? At first, it was a big, fuck you when he kept showing up, on SmackDown and Raw. It was like, I don't give a fuck about these people, whatever.
Yeah.
But then he retires, and it's like, well, did something happen? Like, did the board say, well, actually, Vince, you can't escape this one. Like, this is too much for us.
You can do this to me.
Right. You'll be playing basketball. Was there more? Was there something else that was getting ready to come out? And he's just like, you know what? It's just piling on now. I just gotta get out of here, because this isn't gonna end well. If I just stick around and more allegations keep coming out. So there's a lot, surrounding this retirement. It's hard to even dissect and break down even all of that, as far as the allegations and what we think, but we just got to put it out there that unfortunately there is that dark side of this that's causing this early retirement, and so, or at least that's in the background of this early retirement, that it only makes sense that this is what's fueling this. So, it's just one of those things, man, where I want to be able to compartmentalize this for, at least for now, until we get more information about, what's actually going to happen going forward. I want to be able to celebrate. More
information will leak out as.
I think so. I mean, especially because, again, with him just up and retiring, sending out the tweet, and then the thing on the, I think it was on the website. I saw it online in general, but on the website they
I saw the statement.
It just seems so out of nowhere when it all happened. And even on SmackDown, we had Stephanie come out, and it seemed like it wasn't there wasn't a plan for this. She went out there, she said, hey, let's thank him. He thanked us, let's thank him. Kept it simple, and that was cool. But you would think the guy who created all of this would get a much, if he decided to retire amicably, and it was okay, and there was no controversy. I feel like even though he doesn't want praise, they would say, Vince, we got to do something. We got to do something for you. But it's just like, all right, he's gone. That's it. And it's just like, what? We move on with this show without you. So I don't know. It's just a weird situation, and I don't even know what to really comment on it. Literally, this Grogu t-shirt is basically me. I have the Grogu energy where I'm just watching it, with my coffee in hand, and just I got no words, because it's just,
well, he built that company the way the show must go on. So
that is him. True.
Yeah.
It's just wow. It's a shock. It's just a complete shock, the way that this is so abruptly happening, that this man who, he's getting older, but for some reason in my head, I'm thinking this dude is going to be around forever.
I thought so too. I got to be real, at least to, I don't know, maybe 100, and then, I understand the reasons why, come on, bro, you 100 now. In no way you have the mental fortitude to still run $1 billion empire. Right. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. But, at 77, that's what he said. He kept it short and sweet. He didn't want no praise. He sent his daughter out there hey, tell him to thank me. That was it.
Tell him to thank me. So, yeah, man. Anything to say regarding, just this whole situation, and, just your thoughts in general on it? Because for me, it's kind of I just kind of got to wait and see, how this progresses. Is there going to be more looking into it from WWE? Or is it, since he's retired, there's no reason to, because he's gone? So what? They can't, what is it? So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know if this is more of since we open Pandora's box now, like to see how far this rabbit hole keeps on going,
Right.
or to your point, we got him out. Mission succeeded. We're done.
Right.
It is decided.
Like, okay, it's done.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we got your boy Triple H. Go ahead. You got telerelations. Go build your team. Get creative. All right, you got Stephanie McMahon. You got the face, brand ambassador, cool at marketing. You got Nick Khan, business genius. Actually, this is a worst case scenario for Tony Khan. I mentioned he over there gloating, talking about tweeting, saying like, "Did you see the tweet he put out there? Oh my god!
I'm the longest tenured CEO of a wrestling company. Thank you, fans, for helping me."
You couldn't even thank the man that put you on this road. That got you to enjoy wrestling. That got you to enjoy the Stone Cold and Rock. You couldn't thank that man, but you took an honor. You took an opportunity to thank yourself.
He's got no chill, man. He's got no chill. Oh man,
Dude,
I'm not
I didn't get
mad at him though. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't get mad. I just laughed at it. I'm like, bro,
that's him. That's him.
I guess. That's
him.
how you feel, huh? Don't want to thank Vince. Right. All right. Go ahead with this new regime now. This is a triangle offense you got to deal with now. Good luck, sir.
Yeah. This is. So there's so much here with the way, with the structure that we have now. I mean, you just laid it out perfectly. With Nick Khan, Stephanie, Triple H. Like I said, Triple H build the team.
Nice combo.
I'm so excited for Triple H being head of talent relations and like what. Oh my god! Like my mind just was racing when I realized that, and I'm realizing like, okay, now does this get more? As far as like the type of wrestlers that we see, as far as just the way the roster looks, as far as creative overall, like. What is going to happen? I don't think we see any abrupt changes immediately.
Yeah.
But as we progress and as we move
Gradual.
on, I think it's going to be interesting because, like, okay, Adam Cole, for instance, like he, left, did his thing in AEW. But if this were to have happened earlier, I think Adam Cole actually would have ended up sticking around because now you have, and I'm just saying, now it's a little bit different as far as because we know Vince's type. We know what he likes.
Yeah.
He wants big dudes, like
slapping meat.
Right. Adam Cole is just too little in his mind. He's a manager. Cut your hair. Like, Triple H, totally different. Just come as you are. And we'll
he
make
brings
you
balance. He doesn't lean on one heavy on one side versus the other. It's a balance with him.
Right. So it's interesting. Now we do still have. I mean, I'm here. So there's rumors about other people potentially leaving, which I don't know. I don't want to dig too much into that. But Kevin Dunn, like he's apparently another guy that could be gone. So as long as that creative team is still similar, that would be. The change won't come that quickly, but as time goes on, if we start moving some of the old regime out and then have some, again, this new, what did you call it? Triple threat, triangle offense.
Yes, Chicago Bulls triangle offense.
If they start to build something a little bit different, even within the creative team, I'm curious as to what's going to go on. I'm waiting for that first time I watch Raw or SmackDown, and I say, "Wow, this would not have happened if Vince McMahon was still around."
Yeah,
like what's going to be that first thing that happens where you're like, "Damn, this happened."
The change I know we're going to get for SummerSlam is TV 14 now, so that's a big play into the change. I don't know if TV 14. So you think
that happened because Vince is out?
Oh well, no, but I think it was tied to him though. Possibly,
that he wanted TV 14 or that
Oh, he
TV 14
didn't.
is happening because
Well,
he's
as soon
gone.
as he right, TV 14, he's leaving. Now we're gonna go TV 14. I think.
Because
For me, that is
okay,
just me speculating right there, though.
right, and just playing off of that, like it is interesting because they did mention TV 14 before it was announced that he was out. So I wonder. I mean, and again, this is all speculation, but like that timing is interesting. That they announced TV 14, and then not too long after that, he's gone. It's like he was maybe already not making some of those calls earlier than when we all found out. Like behind the scenes, they were already making moves without him, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wild. If you think about it too far, your
Yep.
brain can go so many different directions. But you just mentioning that to me and saying that SummerSlam being TV 14 and that feels like something that wouldn't have happened. Well, that's interesting because TV 14 was already put in place before Vince announced that he was going to retire. So that's one of those things. But again, we're just speculating here. We don't have any insight into that. It's just putting pieces together and trying to us talking, and just barbershop talk at that point.
That's all it is, speculating.
Right. Oh man. So yeah, it's gonna be wild, man. Just watching, things develop. I'm curious, really, when it comes to, from the creative standpoint. I think it's the thing that most of us are wondering about. What changes with creative?
I'm See, this is me just fantasy booking now. So if let's say let's put on our talent relations hat. All right, we're talent relations, new department head. All right, now I'm in charge of what talent I could bring in or what talent leaves.
Right.
Maybe that's something to do with creative too, the creative process. So if I'm part of creative, I probably put Paul Heyman back in that spot.
Oh my god,
he was in before he was like, you know what? You want to do your shit, fuck it. Here you go. I tried to do it for a day. You wouldn't let me run it for a day. Here, you drive.
Yeah, Paul Heyman. If they say Paul Heyman is in charge of any type of creative again, yeah, that'd be something that I would say that would not have happened on Vince's watch because they've tried this before with Vince and Vince just pulled it. Him and Bischoff, which Bischoff sounded like he wasn't really doing anything. But Paul Heyman, like a lot of people love Paul Heyman back there, man. Like there's a lot of respect for Paul Heyman. Yeah. So, but Vince and him, it's like, I don't know. He seemed to appreciate what Paul was doing as a character, but then with him behind the scenes, it didn't last long. So that
you saw when Paul was running things, who he was trying to push, like at the time, Aleister Black. Yeah, Aleister at the time when he was over there, he was trying to push him. I think Theory too, when he was paired up with Seth the first time, like a disciple. I remember that. So you saw in Andrade as well. You saw what he was trying to push. So that'd be kind of.
He has a respect for these just really talented indie wrestlers. Like he seems to have that eye for talent, and even a guy like Ali, for instance. I feel like that's a guy that, if Paul Heyman were in charge, that I could see him trying to push and elevate and to turn into a star. It's going to be really interesting. It's fascinating just thinking about we're living in an era right now. This is a whole new era of WWE. And
Vince McMahon.
The other thing that I think about is
just being
say it. Is so again, Vince is so stuck in his ways. He would never even mention like New Japan, ROH, AEW. We started to see the cracks open up with like Jericho showing up on Stone Cold's podcast, Bryan Danielson, showing up. Yeah, like Jericho showing up, things like that. I'm curious to see, like, with him out, does that open up even more? Does the forbidden door open up for WWE to an AEW, let's say, and you see some partnership?
Ooh, I see that down the line. Maybe eventually that's where we head towards, but they gotta, WWE, they gotta, get their operations together first. Since they got the triangle offense, now they gotta get that settled, established. This is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. Triple H, welcome back. Can't wait to see how you fit in.
Oh my God.
I know you guys just did that NIL deal, so I know they're still going to be leaning on the athletes, but maybe
which I don't think is a bad idea.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Because I look at Madcap Moss, I'm like, perfect example of him just having that, that football background, and I see how they're building him and see how he's coming along very quickly. So, yeah, I got no problems with that. But I thought they would go, ever since that deal, seemed like they were just heading further and further away from the indie guy. So hopefully Triple H will bring that balance back like he did for NXT Black and Gold.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting. And I feel like one thing I need to address too around NXT is I don't think NXT changes. Even with this change.
2.0.
I feel like now maybe they changed the name. They could change the name. But just call it NXT. It's fine.
2.0.
Because Triple H could look at that shit and be like, 2.0 my ass. Like, no. But yeah, I don't think it changes. I feel like, you've kind of established it now as this is what you're doing. If you go back or try to go back, I don't know. I don't know how that would come off. I mean, with Triple H, I trust. So whatever he chooses to do, I feel like it's probably going to be fine. But I feel like he believes in NIL and believes in the direction we're going in as far as trying to recruit new, young, talented athletes. I think that is something that in interviews I've seen him be excited about talking about that. It doesn't seem like, he's being held hostage and being forced to say these things. He seems to really be into like, hey, the let's go find some young athletes and see what they got and try to get a younger crop of wrestlers in. But with that said, I like what you said about balance and that there are some very talented wrestlers out there who, they deserve a chance, who are in their 30s, early 30s, mid 30s that have been doing this for a long time that, if a WWE universe is exposed to them, they could shine, they could flourish. So a guy like Triple H, he's perfect for this talent relation spot to bring in both young, new, hungry talent and bring in like veterans who are new to WWE fans that just have always had that dream to be in WWE, but felt like maybe it's not a place for me anymore, given that they're solely going to young guys now. So I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for Tommaso Ciampa because him on Raw, I don't know. I feel like this man he's kind of been a little bit weirdly booked, on Raw. And that's Triple H's guy, man. That's his son.
He's gonna be taken care of.
I feel like he's gonna be just fine.
Is ecstatic.
Right.
Ain't going nowhere now. My boy is in charge of talent relations.
Yep.
I'm straight. Johnny Gargano, he's up.
Johnny Gargano might show up.
That's all he was waiting for. My guy is back.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I mean, that's all you've been waiting for. Like, I just got a feeling if I just wait just a little bit, the time will be right. Good for you, Johnny.
Yep. Patient.
Oh, that's
be
awesome.
Patient.
Yeah, be patient. Well, this is one place where it might have worked out in at least Johnny Gargano's favor to be a little bit patient because, in this new WWE, he has a better chance, I think, of becoming, definitely having TV time and getting that opportunity to shine more so than, in Vince's WWE. So, gosh, it's just crazy that we're even saying these things, that we're even talking about this. Is reality.
Speaking of returns, what about Naomi and Sasha Banks?
Oh, that's another one too. Yeah. I mean, it was John
because
Laurinaitis.
you know how he feels about the women's division for under the tutelage of Triple H.
Oh, Triple H. Oh, yeah. See, that we know that. We know that already. Yes, and when you take out, Vince and I guess John Laurinaitis, I don't know what's going on with him and all this, but he's a part of this too.
Yeah, he's done.
So he's got to be done, right?
He's done too. Yeah,
okay.
He was on leave. He was on leave already without pay. Yeah,
exactly.
So he's done.
He's out. So the two names we knew of that were a part of this whole thing with Sasha and Naomi were Vince and Laurinaitis. And crazily, they're gone now. So yeah, that does open the door for mending of the fences, because again, these are Triple H's kids, like the Sasha, the four horsewomen essentially, and the women's division in general. Yes. He's been a big champion of women's wrestling. That women's division under Triple H and NXT.
Even Stephanie McMahon, she the one that I was talking about the evolution. There. Yeah, yes. My fault.
I was just getting there because but I'll go there now because Stephanie McMahon, every time they have a big announcement for women's wrestling, whether it be that pay-per-view or a new championship, like Stephanie McMahon is there to help usher it in, and she is so proud to talk about it, to talk about how women's wrestling is revolutionizing things and how they are trying to be at the forefront of this revolution within women's wrestling. So you take all that and you say, okay, now this whole thing with the women's tag team division not being respected or being honored enough, and you have now in charge two people who championed women's wrestling. That is just a recipe for just something real beautiful to happen within just all divisions of women's wrestling for WWE. Yes. Both the tag team, for the Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, NXT is still going to do their thing. Like women's wrestling, we may see a women's Revolution 2, like another all women's pay-per-view happen.
Like I said, worst case scenario for Tony. You might have women who wants to leave your company. Hey, they're doing something with their women's division. I get time over there. I get my FaceTime. Put in some stories.
Oh,
stories.
Man. You go from a company who only lets you have one match a night to another company who gives you an entire pay-per-view dedicated to women. Like, that's just, oh my God. Like, that is worst case scenario for Tony Khan to get that shoved in his face. Like, hey, where you at? Where you at, man? Like,
he was fine when Vince was running things, talking
right.
Shit. Whatever, bro. You might catch up because of the storyline sometimes, the repetitiveness, but Triple H don't do that shit. When NXT Black and Gold, he had stories, but they was fresh. He didn't repeat no matches. Dude. The takeovers was perfect. I'm just, hey.
Yeah. It's, oh my God, just the potential of all this is just insane. But again, I feel like it's going to take a little while for us to see, immediate. I'm not expecting, this coming Monday Night Raw to feel like, a completely different show. They still got the storylines in place that he set up. They're going to finish that off. There's still people in creative that were a part of his team. So we'll see. But like, for instance, storylines being changed the day of, for instance, like that whole thing, that might change. Where now we start to see stories that feel like they were planned out long in advance for more than just Roman Reigns. Because right now it seemed like Vince had a plan for him and him alone. Everybody else, whatever he feels that day, that's what we're doing.
I'm going to rip up the script.
Right. Let's just get rid of the script. I don't need this. Like, what? Vince, we had a whole tournament ready to go. Just making it over the top.
Right.
or just cancel it altogether.
Man.
I don't care. We'll do another Miss TV segment. It's fine.
We close the Monday Night Raw with that.
Close Monday Night Raw with Miss TV. Oh, damn. Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Shit.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Vince McMahon, again, has retired from WWE, 77 years old. Vince, we do thank you for all the work, all the great memories you've given us. Yes. The legal stuff, it's going to work itself out, and we're going to find out what happens, and then, to be continued on all of that. And then as far as for us as wrestling fans going forward, man, I mean, the possibilities, the just all the different ways this could go, it just seems endless. So we'll just wait and see on that too, and be surprised. I mean, if Bray Wyatt shows up,
oh my god,
at SummerSlam,
or
anytime soon, that's another
that's
thing
Triple H boy right there.
What's
that's
that?
Triple H. That's Triple H boy.
I'm just saying.
If
that happens, it's like, dude, okay.
This is a perfect scenario. Like, Triple H is in a sweet spot. He's head of talent relations. His wife is co-CEO. Co-CEO, bro.
The McMahon Helmsley era lives. It's no longer just a storyline.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Talk about right.
It's real.
Man, they put a plan together.
Yeah.
Get up out of here, man. I swear, like soon as Vince fucked with Black and Gold.
Yeah. From that day forward, it was done. Triple H watching like, oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You gonna fire all my people, you gonna change all my shit. Okay. I got you.
I got
your ass.
Break into your office, see what's popping. Then you go files. Oh, non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, what
is this?
Anonymous to New York Times. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Nick, you want to get in on this? Hey.
Oh, shit.
That's what we going to do. Y'all going to split this, co-CEO. All right.
Man.
I'm going to be talent relations, head of talent relations. We're going to be good. All right. Triangle offense.
Triangle offense. Team great.
Right.
Ooh, man. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, man. It's wild. It's a crazy time. And with all that, we got a damn pay-per-view coming up on Saturday.
Yeah. I almost forgot. I've been talking about this. Yeah.
With everything going on, the biggest show of the summer, SummerSlam, Nashville. We got it coming, and oh my God, on Saturday, 8 matches already booked, maybe more to come. We got some storylines going on with, the Judgment Day and Dominic. Yeah. Devin might finally get his wish.
I'm gonna go at his son.
Oh, Rey Mysterio. Oh man, maybe the return of Edge. There's so much going on here. This is going to be an interesting show. Now, that whole thing does not have a specific match going on. So real quick, before we get into the actual match card, we already know what you want to happen, but how are you feeling about the whole storyline, Judgment Day side and the Mysterio side?
I don't care about Judgment Day. I just care about the Mysterio. This is the only reason I care about this story. Because it includes the possibility of Dominic finally turning on his supposed father.
Oh, man.
Okay? Hey, man. Them jeans don't make sense. One dude is taller than the other and climbing on your son's back. Like, what is this? I don't know. Just trying to figure this out, man. I'm just saying, but it's Judgment Day. I don't care about this right now. I'll say this. Damian Priest is doing a hell of a job.
Yes.
I feel like he's holding it down for Judgment Day.
Yes.
Finn Balor is, I don't know.
What the hell Finn Balor's doing. What is happening to Finn Balor? Are you serious right now? That's the first thing that needs to change with this
Hey, man. As soon as he put the pants on,
Excuse me? What is happening? He's just there. He's just in the background. Yeah, Damien. Yeah. Dominic will join the Judgment Day. This is gonna happen. And he's just like, intense and feeling himself. You got Finn Balor standing there. He's about to get on the mic, and they cut him off right away. I'm like, wait, what?
Dude,
Finn, what you doing?
Right.
Yeah, I was excited for him to turn heel, but now I don't know.
Me too. I will admit that wholeheartedly, but now I'm like, bro, now you settled in. What's going on?
Dude, he's got the purple flag, like trying to look cool with like the purple
game
hanging out.
Man, what is you?
Like, what's going on? What is this, Saints Row? What's happening?
Right. Saints Row.
Like, what is going on? What is this? Like, what is this? Come on, Finn. You better than this.
Shit.
You were the leader of the Bullet Club. What is going on?
Man.
You not a leader faction?
Nah,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Penn's Balor is the weaker version. You cover up the crotch shot. He can't do that anymore. No more dick shot. Yeah, dick shot. Nope. Just Penn's.
Man. He's not the same right now. He is definitely not the same. I hope that there's something that gets infused into the story to give him a little bit more to work with. Because right now it just feels like he's just there. Like you said, Damian Priest is doing the hell. I would never have thought, if you would have told me 2-3 years ago, that I'd be sitting here saying Damian Priest and Finn Balor on a stable together, and it's Damian Priest who stands out, and Finn Balor is just standing there, just looking like just another dude. I'd have said you crazy. Like Finn Balor, the Prince, nah. The Demon, that dude is just in the
oh man,
just standing there.
Priest is spitting out bars, man. Finishing with the evil left.
Right.
Cold ass evil laugh right there, man.
But what's funny too is like the fact that they picked Finn over Edge is making less and less sense as time goes on, because you look at it and it's like, what is Finn actually bringing to the table right here? Edge won that match, right? You're using Edge's music. He brought that in. Like the whole scheme, the whole name, everything, Judgment Day was him. But yet, and he pinned Finn. But you chose Finn, and okay, at first it's like, yeah, Finn, he's a badass. We remember him as a heel in NXT, as a heel in New Japan. Like, this is gonna be shit. This is what he needs. And then he's there, and it's like, oh, you're just there. You're just another dude. He reminds me. He's kind of like Buff Bagwell, basically in NWO.
Oh, no.
He's just there,
He's
man.
there.
He's swole and whatever. He's cut up, but is he really doing anything? He's just another dude in the NWO at this point, man. It's just NWO purple.
Even okay, I thought it was when they told us the reason why they broke up with Edge and why they kicked him out the group, because he said he's a weak link and we don't need leaders, and they said they're just holding us back. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I'm like, maybe you did need a leader, because like you said, Edge beat Finn Balor. He beat him. Mm-hmm. All right. He pinned him. 1, 2, 3, and Finn ain't doing nothing.
Right.
He's losing the Ray to some lie, cheating, steal. Like, oh, what? Oh, I got the chair. Oh, no, that wasn't me, ref. No. Not bad.
Dude, yeah. It's bizarre.
Maybe they'll turn it around. I don't know.
I hope so. So, with that out the way, let's get into this main card. So, we've got 8 matches that are officially booked for this card, and we're going to go through them. Let's start off with this match here. Logan Paul versus The Miz. So we're going to see Impulsive TV here on Raw coming up in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So, that'll add a little bit to the story. But I'm sure at worst, what's probably going to happen is this will be a tag team match versus one-on-one, where The Miz and Tommaso Ciampa will go against Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Worst case, I feel like that would be the one change. But what we have in front of us right here is a one-on-one contest. So as far as predictions go, I'll go first. First of all, I think this is going to end up being a disaster when it comes to the crowd. They want Logan Paul to be the face and Miz to be the heel. That is not going to work. Logan Paul, just all the baggage that he comes in with, just being Logan Paul, being Jake Paul's brother. A lot of people just hate this dude. So trying to make him a face just seems asinine. So I'm not buying it. I don't think the crowd is buying it. So, they can talk about the Miz's balls and tiny balls all they want. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to SummerSlam, Miz is going to be the face. Logan Paul is going to be the heel. And with all that said, I think the prediction for me is pretty straightforward. I'm going with the Miz to win this matchup and to continue this feud with Logan Paul. I feel like there's going to be shenanigans. If it's a tag team match, I'm still picking the Miz to win the matchup because I just think that they're not going to give Logan Paul this victory over the Miz just yet. I think they feel like they want this to be a long-term thing with Logan Paul and the Miz, and maybe it'll continue on to like Royal Rumble or whatever. Have Logan Paul throw out the Miz at Royal Rumble. That'd be a little bit of revenge for Logan Paul, but I just don't think they're gonna give Logan Paul that victory over the Miz here. He won at WrestleMania. Okay, now you can take an L to the Miz as we continue the story. So I'm going to pick the Miz over Logan Paul.
I will also go with the Miz. Honestly, at first, I thought we was going to get a tag team. Just the way I saw certain stars aligning, with Logan Paul and AJ Styles. I thought, okay, if you want Logan Paul to be a face, maybe AJ Styles will help with that a little bit. But they didn't capitalize on that. And then AJ Styles, he knows about nut shots. He knows about balls. If anything, he should be included in this match. This is like a missed opportunity, bro. I don't get it. Get it, man. And then the Miz, and then tag team with Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso at SummerSlam. Perfect. Be out there in a bigger crowd. People get familiar with him, even the smart marks, but some of the people who just casuals, who don't really know too much about him. Perfect for him, man. But he probably still be out there, be at the side, probably come out there with shenanigans with the one-on-one Logan Paul versus The Miz, but I'm going to go with The Miz, though.
Yeah. So we agree on that one. So moving right along, I'm going to actually skip past the Bianca Becky match. I'm going to save that for a little bit later. So let's go to Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States Championship. So this matchup is a little bit loaded because Theory has guaranteed two things. One, he's going to win back the United States Championship, and two, he's going to cash in on whoever wins that last man standing match.
Hell of a parlay right there, sir.
Universal Champion. That's a hell of a parlay. Those odds are going to be pretty crazy on that parlay, let me tell you. Oh, man. So, yeah, he is betting on himself, and, I mean, hey, kudos to him for that. This is Bobby Lashley, so, this is not no cakewalk.
Ain't no breeze.
Nope. So, Devin, I'm going to give you this one first. Who you got winning this matchup? Bobby Lashley or Theory?
I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley. I got to, man. Just the way they've been protecting him, too. Like, he still didn't officially lose the WWE title. He just got hurt. So that was a way to protect him as well. So I see how the way they've just been really, protecting his overall star power. And it helped him to make that transition to face that I see as well, because the crowd loves him. Loves him. Even this new entrance, the face entrance now with the drums, he come out there and just like
what the
awesome. Man. So you got a great presentation, man. He's just an overall powerhouse too, man. But I think it's gonna be a great match. They have good chemistry with each other. Bobby Lashley and Theory. Theory's been doing a great job. I think he's been stepping up in this promo game. Like, he's just been coming out with just pure intent. You can hear it in his voice. Like, you're gonna feel these bars, bro. You may not see it visually that I'm not like that. I'm gonna be WWE champ. I'm gonna make you believe me what these bars I gotta say. So hats off to him. But in the end, I got Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna agree with you. I got Bobby Lashley winning this matchup against Theory. I think it's gonna be a close matchup. I think they're definitely gonna try to put over Theory as having a chance in this matchup to win it. To potentially fulfill this prophecy that he's laid out for himself for SummerSlam. But yeah, Bobby Lashley, I just feel is just too overall like hot right now to take the ball away from him as United States champion. And I think Theory losing, it doesn't hurt him because one, it is Bobby Lashley. Two, he's still Money in the Bank. And there's still going to be that main event where we're going to be wondering like, okay, if he just lost, he's going to be pissed off. Like, is he going to, go through with this and potentially lose both? Or is he going to be real smart about this and really like take out his anger and frustration out on whoever wins this matchup to then cash in on them and become champion? Like, how is he going to, be after this L? I think it's going to be real interesting to watch. I think definitely, though, Bobby Lashley, for me, I don't see in a straight-up one-on-one matchup with no shenanigans how Theory ends up winning this matchup. I think he would need some help. And right now, he's a lone wolf. He's got so many enemies. He's got, like, enemies with
everybody hating his
ass. And no friends. So unless they try to say, Maxine's male models are now going to be helping him out on the side. I don't see a chance in Theory. So I got Bobby Lashley. Speaking of that, let me just bring this up real quick about the maximum male models.
Yes.
Have they kicked out? Have they kicked out already Max Dupree?
What are you talking about, huh?
Because, the way, did you see that promo that Maxine cut?
I did. And then
talking about, my brother was cool and all, but I bring in something a little different. I said, wait, y'all on the same page? And I will say this. I feel like Maxine with these two models, there is visually something that feels complete with that. Like those three and her being like their, I don't know, their handler or whatever.
Really?
Like I can see it. Whereas, and maybe this is because I want to see Max Dupree, wrestle and be taken seriously on his own.
That's probably
what. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like that's what I want. But watching this and listening to her, I'm like, wait, are they doing this? Like, where is he at? I was expecting him to introduce her and bring her into the fold, but it felt like it was her team. Like she's taking over. She's showing the new summer collection or whatever beachwear collection they're doing next week.
And I seen her Twitter handler. It says Maxine, director of Maximum Male Models. I'm like, director? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I will wholeheartedly agree. Not agree, but I'll wholeheartedly admit that I enjoyed the Max Dupree of Maximum Male Models. Like him presenting the male models of Marseille and Monsoir. Enjoyed every time he makes sure you look at the ankles. I was like, yes, attention to details. This dude, Eli Drake, LA Knight, Max Dupree, whatever character you give him, he knocks it out of the park, bro. And I wanted more of this. It just sucks right now that they might be pivoting.
But
visually,
they might be pivoting to something better because, to your point, the man.
She's from 2.0, man. I didn't really care about her.
Yeah, I actually don't know who she is at all. I'm gonna be real with you. I saw her. I was like, I'm sure she's probably from NXT, but I don't know who she is. So, all right, cool. But
paired up with Robert Stone.
What's that?
Paired up with Robert Stone.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I can see Robert Stone coming up and being a part of this eventually too. Actually, now that you mention that, I mean, he does fit the brand. Like, he does fit the brand. He's gonna pop up and try to sign all of them.
They'll give him a new name, so I'm gonna start with an M.
Right. Oh man. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think that there is potential, regardless, for Max Dupree or whatever his name is going to be going forward if they are going away from this, because he's just such a talented guy. Anything you give him, he goes at it 100%. He doesn't
Yes.
cheat the story. He just literally just says, "Okay, this is what you give me. I'm gonna make something out of it. Cool. You got give me lemons. I'm gonna make lemonade. It's gonna be the best tasting lemonade that I can make." So kudos to him for that. We'll see what happens. So we'll go from there. I just had to bring that up because I had to talk about it since I brought it up with Theory. That'd be hilarious
It
too.
just don't hit the same when she mentioned we're gonna titillate the juices of your guilty pleasure. Not the way Max Dupree says it. Like that with that cadence.
I don't know,
she
man.
said it. I don't know. It just felt weird.
Yeah, because he said it first.
Well, I guess. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're into it. I was not. I was not feeling.
I know you wasn't. You just upset. Like, models. This is LA Knight. Why did you just keep him LA Knight? Like, hey.
Now already, it seems like he might not be there, but we'll see. We'll see.
He might go back to LA Knight.
He might. He might. I just started getting used to LA Knight, and then they changed him to Max Dupree. I was like, what are we doing? Come on, guys. Like, his indie name is Eli Drake, so that one I really don't understand why we're doing the name change on a name change. Like, literally, this is the third name he's going to have that I know of in wrestling. Like, okay, come on. LA Knight, fine. If he's Max Dupree, fine. If we change him again, I'm sorry. Like, who are you? Who are you? It's gonna turn into what's his name? Oh man, why am I blanking on this dude's name? The dude that Kevin Owens was having problems with.
Oh, it's about Elias.
Elias,
yeah. That's his brother.
Elrod. That's gonna be soon. That's gonna be LA Knight. It's gonna be like LA Knight and Max Dupree are two different people.
Yeah. Like, oh, you probably talking about my cousin Max Dupree. I know we get, we look alike. I get it.
If they did that, and Kevin Owens finds out about this, I would love it. I would love it. You're like, I just saw you on SmackDown as Max Dupree. What do you mean that's not you? No, I'm LA Knight. I've maybe seen my other brother Eli. Yeah, I'm LA. Oh shit, man, dude. Yeah, I was so happy to see Kevin Owens back. By the way, too, just seeing him. Hosting the KO show. That was cool. Welcome back, Kevin. All right, let's keep going through his card. So we both picked Bobby Lashley on that one. Let's go to now here we're starting to get into some. Well, we're already getting into some stakes with Bobby Lashley and Theory. All right, so the next match we're going to go through here is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So I feel confident in the pick that I'm going to make. I know the pick that I'm going to make. What I'm not confident in is which way WWE is going to go. Do they truly believe in Liv Morgan, or are they going to second guess the Liv Morgan pick and go back to Ronda Rousey? That's really the big question with this. This is going to show how much they believe in Liv Morgan. For me, the pick is Liv Morgan. I'm going to say it. That is the right pick. That is the way you should go. Yes. Liv Morgan is the person that should win the match. Ronda Rousey, yes. On paper, you look at this, it's like, well, Ronda Rousey, UFC champion, this MMA beast, like she could tear any woman limb from limb. And Liv Morgan, as far as a fighter, like a trained fighter, she's not on Ronda Rousey's level, but this is wrestling. And Liv Morgan has the passion. She's been working on her craft. She's gotten so much better, leaps and bounds better than what she was when she first came into WWE. So you got to give her that respect of, hey, she's going to have more than a fighting chance to be able to beat Ronda Rousey in a wrestling matchup. If we're in the cage, we're in the octagon or whatever, okay, fine, that's something different. But when you're in a wrestling ring, hey, the rules are a little bit different. She can use that to her advantage, like maybe pull some shenanigans herself to be able to retain one way or another, and I wouldn't be mad about it. So as far as the realisticness of it, I feel like anything could happen in this matchup, and I would say, okay, that's believable. Now, in the decision-making, Vince isn't there. So if this were Vince, I think I would be more afraid that Ronda Rousey would end up getting the championship back immediately. With the changing of the guard, I feel like it puts me back in a spot where it's like, ooh, Liv could actually retain because it's the right thing to do, and the people in charge might just be thinking a little bit clearly about this. Like, hey, let's just do what's right. Let's not overthink this. Let's not tear up the script a million times before we come up with a solution. No, Liv just won. We're trying to build a new star. Let's have her retain against Ronda Rousey to have that name on her resume. So I'm going with Liv Morgan. That's my pick. What say you?
Same, man. Same. We're like-minded. Definitely going with Liv Morgan over Ronda Rousey. I do not want her to get the title back because she sucked at it. Just I don't know how to sugarcoat this, and I'm not. She just sucked at it. You know, it felt like you didn't care about it. You felt like you wasn't having fun. I will say this: you look better chasing the title now. I'm more intrigued from that story aspect as I saw the little promo between Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. They're both talking shit to each other. I'm like, okay.
That was good. I like that.
I like that. Little chit chat, little kitty cat. I'm like, meow. Okay. All right, cool. I like that, man. It makes for more of a like a blood feud, man, down the line. Now, if Liv retains, does Ronda go heel? Do they play with that? I know she teased that online a couple times. You know, just going off on fans on social media, showing a different side of Ronda Rousey. She's shown that side, so I wonder will they go all in on that? So
yeah.
You know.
Good point. I think it would not be a bad idea to have Ronda go heel. I think it fits her a little bit better, I think, to have more of an edge than trying to be like the baby face and just smiling and, you know, I mean, hugging babies and, you know, all that stuff. Like anyone can do, you're fine. But, you know, for her, I just feel like I want to see the badass and just be a badass, you know, like for her, I think the heel move would make sense. I think it just would make a whole lot of sense. So I hope they do that. I don't know what the plan is right now because it is so in flux right now. Who knows? But I would say Liv Morgan winning and Ronda saying, "You better shake my hand," and you know, Liv saying, "Yeah, I'll shake your hand after I beat you." Like, there's some animosity there to where I think that handshake is gonna happen, but I think it's not gonna end well one way or another, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. So that's gonna be interesting to watch how that handshake goes down. I am definitely gonna be anticipating that. The next matchup we're going to talk about is the tag team matchup for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships between the Usos and the Street Profits. Devin, I'm going to let you take this one, man. Who you got?
You forgot to mention the special guest referee.
Oh, yeah. J-E-double-F, J-A-double-R-E-double-T.
My man. Jeff Jarrett. Now, before they mentioned the guest referee, I thought this was so perfect for honorary Us, Sami Zayn, to establish his relationship with the bloodline. I thought this was, I'm like, if Sami Zayn, if the special guest, this would be so perfect. And they mentioned like out, just straight from the left side, Jeff, I'm like, huh? How does he fit in this picture?
Random.
The randoms of randoms, bro. I'm like, totally, all because this is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
That's it.
No,
so,
none of me.
Yeah, exactly, man. That don't make no damn sense. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity for honorary Us Sami Zayn to just to strut out there as the special guest referee, which would have been perfect. But neither, since we're not going to be going there, all right, I will. But the match itself, I already know is going to be popping. Money in the Bank, they snapped. It was the best match of the night. match of the year candidate. They just knocked it out of the park. These two great, awesome storytelling for Money in the Bank. I think they're going to tell another awesome story. Now, what's another piece to this caveat is, obviously I'm going with the ones, Usos. We the ones all day. But what does happen? What happens to the Street Profits afterwards? Because they've been teasing ever since Money in the Bank. They've been teasing. Like, oh, they're not seeing eye to eye. Like, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen not one lick of this between the Street Profits. They've been showing like they just strong brothers on the same page. We just been hearing a whole bunch of dirt sheet bullshit.
Yeah.
But just on the TV screen.
It's funny because there was a time where I was like, you know what? I'm okay with them splitting up. I could see Montez's star shining, and I am very curious to see him, or at least I was very curious to see him solo. But I don't know. I feel like it's been a while since I felt that way. And now I just feel like, no, these two, like, they're a tag team, like it's like the New Day splitting up at this point. It just feels a little bit off for me to see them split. Now, if they do it, I mean, it is what it is. And I'm sure it'll be interesting for a little bit to see what both of them do, but specifically Montez is the one that stands out. Like, what would a singles run look like for Montez? It would be interesting, but I'm not rooting for that anymore. I'm actually wanting to see them stick together. Now, my prediction is going to be the Usos. I think the Usos are going to win. I think they're going to retain. But you make a great point that, if the Street Profits lose, then what? Like what with all this build up and, now bringing in the special guest referee and remembering the issues that they, had, quote unquote, the issues. Is this the point where they say, okay, well, it's just not working, let's go our separate ways? I don't want to see that. I just feel like it would just rub me the wrong way. There's certain tag teams that, if they fight each other, well, there's two ways. One, they could just say, let's go our separate ways, and they don't fight each other. They just literally go their separate ways, and, both of them
which happens, but rarely.
What's that?
I said, which happens in wrestling, but rarely.
Yeah, exactly.
Separate ways. But sometimes,
a lot of times what they do.
I got Marty Jannetty you right now, bro.
Right. That's the more typical thing for tag teams in wrestling is if a tag team isn't seen eye to eye, then they fight each other. And Montez versus Angelo Dawkins, that feels weird. That just feels weird. That feels like Jeff and Matt all over again. Like, it's just going to feel weird. And, I mean, I'm assuming Angelo would be the heel in that and Montez would be the face in that. And I don't know. I mean, it just feels like it's an exercise that I don't want to do. It's a mental exercise and a fantasy booking that I don't want to even dive too deep in because it just doesn't feel right.
We gotta do a deep dive on this.
Yeah, I'm a pass. On this one, I'm a pass. I'm rooting for. I mean, honestly, it would be shocking and kind of like, wow, if they pull the trigger and have the Street Profits win this matchup, I would be like, wow, okay, like this is crazy and good for them as far as like, they do deserve it. They would be a team that would deserve to be undisputed tag team champions. The promo that they had on Raw was it Raw or SmackDown when Angelo Dawkins was like, fired up. I forget which one. I think it was on SmackDown, actually.
I think it was SmackDown he was fired up.
Because they had the 6-man tag on SmackDown, right? Yeah. So, I feel like, and they had the entrance to the crowd. They came down, and then Angelo was fired up saying, we're going to be the new undisputed tag team champions. And why? Because we want the smoke. And he just like went straight into it and he was passionate. You felt it. And you're like, I was like, damn, I want this to happen. But it's the Usos. Like I just
Nope.
don't see it happening. Not
It don't
yet, at
happen against
least.
the ones.
Not yet. We're getting there. I think we're getting there, but not yet. I don't think it's time yet. So
It would
I hope.
feel. I feel if they was building towards a maybe a new new generation of the tag teams, like how they did with Matt and Jeff, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys. But instead, you do New Day now versus the Usos versus the Street Profits, and you do a triple threat like that. I think that would be
damn. That'd be
the
cool.
final stage right there.
I honestly, I feel like the Street Profits should win that. You know, like that would be cool. Like if they had a triple threat like that and the Street Profits won it, to just give the, I guess the I don't know if like they're actually the youngest, but like that team seems to have the least amount of wins amongst all those teams. And I think it would be cool to put them over in that way, that in a matchup with both you teams, we're the ones that won. Like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, man, I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like that's a matchup that I definitely would want to see. You know, just a triple threat of some sort between those three teams and just go at it. Make it a ladder match and just go at it. Like that would be
who wants
sick.
it more?
Yeah, yeah. I'll do that in 2K, man, and see what that looks like.
Let me simulate this. Let me test
Right.
out this hypothesis.
Exactly. I'm like, damn, I like that match. I like that booking. Oh, man. So we'll see. But the pick is the Usos from both of us on this one to retain and still undisputed tag team champions. All right, moving on. Yeah, the ones. The next one we're going to talk about, not a championship matchup. It's a blood feud. We've got Riddle versus Seth Freakin Rollins. Yeah. So this matchup here, I'm going with Seth Freakin Rollins. I'm not going to take up too much time. I mean, that's my guy. I'm riding with Seth Rollins.
You are the Messiah.
Hey, it's this is my dude. When I really feel like he's gonna lose, I'll say it. But here, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Matter of fact, I don't. If Randy is healthy, I'm on Randy watch. I'm on Randy watch for this matchup. I think that's more of the shock value for me. Is does Randy show up and does he RKO Riddle or turn on Riddle, or does Riddle turn on him? Like what happens there? Like that's what I'm watching for. I feel like Seth Rollins, this matchup is going to be great, but the story behind the story for me is if Randy is ready to go, if he's healthy, because I don't know his health situation right now, it would be a shock return, and this is SummerSlam. Big moments will happen at a SummerSlam.
That's true.
So I would not be surprised if they use SummerSlam to be the point to where they break up officially RK Bro. So, but I'm going with Randy. Well, not with Randy. I'm going with Seth. I'm going with Randy to get the RKO. That's my prediction. Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh man, we've been seeing a lot eye to eye on this card because we haven't split once, and I'm going with the same Seth freaking Rollins. Man, he's been taking a lot of L's. He ain't taking an L against Riddle. I'm sorry. No, sir. Not against the Messiah. Not against Seth freaking Rollins. You do bring a good case about Randy Orton. Does he interject? Does he infuse himself? I think no. Maybe Monday Night Raw he'll come back. I save the return for that because I want Riddle to actually turn on Randy.
Oh, that would be shocking.
Because maybe he'll see Matt Riddle not having that good of a singles run, so he'll say, "Hey, let's get back to doing us, RK Bro, get back to this win," But Riddle will turn on him because he already got your moveset, bro. He is RKO Randy Orton 2.0, man.
Yeah,
like he can. Oh, just to see that, I know your moves. I'm better than you now.
Right. Dude, that would be crazy. That would be more interesting because we've seen Randy turn on so many people.
Yes.
But to see Riddle be the one that turns heel would be insane. That would be insane. That would be something where you got to tune into Raw. You got to tune into SmackDown because they're showing up on everything now. I don't even know if there's a brand split anymore. But I would tune in anticipating what's the next chapter of Riddle as a heel and Randy as a face. Like, good Lord, that's who would have thought?
People love Randy. The people love Randy, man. Just keep him as face.
Yep.
Use that to establish a new heel in Riddle. You got to.
You imagine? Wow.
He knows your moves, and you can use that for the building pieces of the story. And bro, I gotta stop fantasy booking. I gotta stop.
No, man, keep going. I'm eating this up. I'm telling you, TK is going on. I'm simulating all this shit right here. The fantasy booking is on fire right now. I'm digging it. So yeah, we agree again. We both have Seth freaking Rollins beating Riddle. Just the differing on when we think this is going to happen. You say it'll be on Raw potentially for the split. Randy comes back, health. If he's healthy. I'm saying, hey man, do it at SummerSlam. I'm here for it. Let's make it happen. So, but I like it at just to have the matchup and then wait till Raw as well. I feel like I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But I'm gonna be on watch after the matchup. I'm gonna be looking like, is that RKO out of nowhere coming? Like, what's going on? Right. But the Riddle turning heel though story. I think that story is way more interesting. So we'll see what happens there. All right, let's go to Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Ooh, man, another grudge match.
Yes.
So yeah, this one here, this is interesting because Pat McAfee, dude, he's a star. I'm gonna say it. This man is a star. His promo, what's crazy is Pat McAfee, from a promo standpoint, I forget who it was, but there was somebody out there, some pundit or whatever, that was saying, I think it was Cornette? When he was in NXT, and Pat McAfee was saying that, or Cornette was saying, I think it was Cornette, I may be wrong, but that Pat McAfee was the best promo in WWE or in NXT, which I didn't agree with because, Adam Cole was phenomenal. But when you listen to Pat McAfee's promos, this man knows what he's doing. The promo he cut on Corbin on SmackDown after their little brawl, and he came in the ring and he was saying this, oh man, bomb and Corbin, and the crowd saying along. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This dude is taking over. Like, he should be doing this more often. He's so good at it. Like, I love him as a commentator, but my goodness, on the microphone with a crowd, he's in his element. So,
well, they're using him like seldomly, which I appreciate because they made it feel special. Because the last time he was in a match for it was WrestleMania. So now he's for one of the big four, SummerSlam. I'm cool with that, especially get Happy Corbin. All right, Happy Corbin.
Yeah. It's perfect in so many ways because, you got Pat McAfee who is so over with the crowd. The crowd loves him. And like you said, it's like, it's an event. Pat McAfee match is an event. It's a spectacle. It's special. And then you got Happy Corbin who's like the perfect heel. Like, he just gets heat. Like, he knows how to get the heat. He knows how to get the crowd to hate him, to get invested in what he's doing, and to root against him. Like, it's just amazing to watch him. Like, we talked about it, how you gave him props, and I agreed with you that as a heel, you can't really argue. The man is doing his job and is doing it very well. Yes. So yeah, props to him for sure. And to put him with Pat McAfee, it's such a simple story, but it's so effective because of where these two guys are right now in their careers. It's phenomenal. So this may be one of my most anticipated matches. Like, when this man's music hits, when Pat McAfee's music hits, oh my God. I told you,
that stadium's gonna go nuts.
I'm gonna see it afterwards. It's gonna be late, and I'm gonna be here being like, at like midnight.
Oh man, yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. So as the prediction goes, I'm going Pat McAfee. I have to. I'm rooting for Pat McAfee to get the dub over Happy Corbin. Who you got?
I am going with, you know what? We're going to split right here.
Oh!
Going to be on the other side of the fence. I'm going with Happy Corbin.
Oh!
He's been on fire, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
been on fire.
The way he kicked Pat McAfee in the chest was crazy, too, by the way.
Hey, that man, a straight Rick James kick to that man's chest. Even Michael Cole got the hell out the way.
Yeah, Michael Cole was out. He's sprinting so fast.
Right.
Like, what is happening? Like,
Pat just turned around. He was like, what? Boom! Dude. Gave him an ass beating right after Money in the Bank.
Yep.
I was like, yep. And then imitated this man during the Shinsuke Nakamura entrance. He got on the table.
Get up here, Corey.
Come on, Corey. Yeah. Yeah.
Loving life.
I loved it. I loved every second of that. I was like, yeah, Corbin, entertain me, bro. So I'm going with Corbin. I got you.
Oh,
He's
man.
been good.
I think it's going to be fun. I think this match will be real fun. If Corbin wins, that crowd is going to boo so hard.
Oh, they are.
It's perfect, though. Like, really get them just revved up, just heated. Oh, man. They're both doing just such a phenomenal job. I'm telling you, this is low-key. This might be my most anticipated match of this whole card right here.
It's like bum-ass Corbin.
It's
Happy
just
Corbin.
It's just
sad-ass face Corbin.
Oh yeah, that promo was awesome. It was so awesome, man. I just so many props to Pat McAfee, and like I said, Corbin overall, he's been doing the damn thing, man. I just love it. All right, we have got 2 matches left. I specifically skipped one of them because I want to put it right here because this, as far as prestige goes, the match that I feel like has, I mean that undisputed tag team championship matchup has a lot of prestige too. But the video that they did for Bianca and Becky really put it in perspective.
Fire.
Yes. So I said, this is my co-main of SummerSlam. I don't care where they put it on the card. For me,
it is
in my heart,
decided.
yes, this is the co-main event. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch once again at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship. Oh boy, here we go. Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna take this one because I'm gonna give you the main event. You're gonna get the main event. So
yes, of course.
So for this one, this is gonna be a lot of fun. You know, Bianca has been on a roll. You know, since getting the championship back at WrestleMania. She's been unstoppable. She's had so much momentum, doing such a great job. Becky Lynch, from a character perspective, has told a hell of a story, hitting rock bottom, losing a 24/7 championship matchup, just having other people win championships and win matches at her expense while she's there, and she had enough of it. She had enough. And so earning her way back to the top, beating Asuka, putting Asuka through a table, with a rock bottom at, man, I mean, what did I say? 75% power?
75, yeah, I think that was,
25% for the rock bottom, 50% for the table.
I said 75 because of the impact of the table, 25, normal 25, but since with the table, 100%.
100%, okay. Fair enough. We averaged that out to like 82.1%, somewhere in there. If we average the two together. But yeah, man, that math doesn't work out, by the way. Like, that's just random.
You got a 33-3 in the chance.
Yeah, there we go. We got the top shot of math good. Yes. That's awesome. But yeah, man, we're here, and it feels like a mega matchup. They had a great video showcasing just the journey that these two have been on, just the rise and fall and rise again of Becky Lynch, just the comeback story from SummerSlam all the way to WrestleMania, and now making it back to SummerSlam for Bianca Belair and as champion again. Like, it's just going to be a fun moment to see these two in the ring getting ready to do it again. I'm not tired of this matchup. I don't feel like they've done this too many times. I feel like right now it still feels fresh, and there's a new wrinkle to it with Becky chasing as a heel versus Bianca defending as a face. Like I love it. I love it. So for my prediction, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm rooting for the EST Bianca Belair to retain, and damn it, she is going to be my pick to win the matchup. So yes, Bianca Belair, and still Raw Women's Champion over Becky Lynch. But it should be a fun match. I'm curious about the entrances too. Will they do something special? Will they have some special gear? Because they did it at WrestleMania. Now you got my anticipation up. So hopefully they do something cool. But I'm going with the EST to retain.
It is decided. I'm going to go with the EST. And then you bring a good point about the entrance because they are in Bianca's home state because she's from Tennessee.
Oh.
So they got to do something special, I believe, right? I would be right, something big, right?
Oh, man, dude. I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, that's a whole nother thing. There is no, oh, my God. If Bianca Belair loses in Tennessee, Nah. Not happening. Nope.
Not happening. You know, Becky, you might pull off a 25% rock bottom. You'll get that. Maybe another one, but it probably won't be 25. I'd say 15.
Right.
The next one. If you drop it like the second one, she kick out like, it's 15% right there. Weak ass.
It's going down.
Handle slam. But this story has been entertaining as hell. Yes. Love Becky from her perspective, her hitting rock bottom, her just kind of losing her mind, and then gradually getting back, climbing that mountain, getting back to that number one contendership to face Bianca Belair is going to be a great spectacle. Now, I do wonder, will we get the old double turn like we had like back in Survivor Series WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold.
The Rock?
No, not The Rock.
Stone Cold, The Rock,
and Bret Hart.
Oh, Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
Yes.
Oh.
One of my favorite. I said my favorite match of all time.
Man.
That whole double turn, that story they told. Now, will they tell that with us?
I'm telling you, Devin, you're on fire with the fantasy booking because I want that story now. Just you bringing that up. Because could you imagine if Becky Lynch went from heel to face in this match? Because she's just showing so much grit. And then Bianca, she should win because she is the EST. But could it be that the love that everyone has had for Becky never really went away? And it would take a match where you see her up against this obstacle, this immovable object, unstoppable force of Bianca Belair. And it just seems insurmountable. But Becky just keeps on fighting, keeps on pushing. And the crowd is like, damn, am I feeling bad for Becky? And she just fights through everything to the point where people are like, you know what? But now the thing is, that was not happening in Tennessee. It's not happening in Tennessee.
That's true. We're in the home, because I put it out there. I'm like, we're in the home state. Yeah.
But if they did, that heel promo from Bianca would be fire. Like, you did this to me in my home state, looking at the people. Like, that's a Training Day Denzel Washington moment right there waiting to happen.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Right. Like, okay, I see you. You think you can do this to me? Yeah. I love it, though. I love the idea.
Bianca's heel is money. And then for the people who is new to Bianca, never seen her as a heel, go to NXT Black and Gold.
She's better as a heel. As great as she's been as a face, I think she's better as a heel. Like, heel Bianca in NXT was just...
She had the black on, black lipstick.
Oh,
she was about that life.
She's got a great... Yes. Oh man, she would get under my skin. When I first saw Bianca, because she was a heel from the beginning, and when I first saw, her, I was like, man, like I was just irritated because just the swagger she had. And my thing with new wrestlers is always when they beat someone more established, it irks me because I'm like, oh, that shouldn't happen. Not yet, not yet. You could see how talented, how athletic she was. So it was believable, but I remember being like, oh man, like she's really doing a good job getting under my skin right now because she's rubbing it in how strong she is and how just how much better she is than everybody else, and I would just root against her. And then it wasn't until her and Rhea Ripley and Charlotte got into their like little bit of a feud to where I started saying, man, this is hilarious. Like she's saying, you don't go here, like saying all that stuff to Charlotte. I'm like, hey, I wanted her in that match, that WrestleMania. Yeah. I'm saying, make it a triple threat. So, she won me over and she's been awesome as a face, just awesome. She's so likable and so charismatic. She does a great face. She does a great heel too. So I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, I mean, let me take the fantasy booking hat off.
Right.
Take it off. I'm done with it. I'm burning. I'm throw it away.
This has been your show for fantasy booking, man. I'm telling you, it's been on fire. It's been on fire, and I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. I think it'd be great stories to tell if they did try to go that route. It'd be really tough in Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
It would.
Yeah,
it would.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bianca though. She's gonna retain.
Yeah,
she's gonna do because she know what it took to get it back, and she's gonna hold on to it.
We'll see. All right. Here we go. It's time for the main event. Yes, sir. We have. Here we go. The challenger, Brock Lesnar, versus the head of the table, the tribal chief, the one. The undisputed WWE Universal Champion.
Undisputed.
Roman Reigns.
Not an interim. Not pretend. There's only a singular champion in this company. And that's the tribal chief at the table, Roman Reigns.
Oh, man. Yeah, no interim here for sure. My goodness. It is clear. It is definitive. He took all the gold.
Yes. His show now.
Yep, both of them. He took it all. So here we are. We're at that main event, last man standing. Last chance. I think they tried to say for a little bit there. I don't believe that.
Some bullshit.
I don't believe it. WWE is terrible.
It's just
for
part
this.
of the narrative.
Right.
You know how these things happen.
Right. How many retirement matches have we seen where the guy comes back like a year later? Never before, never again with The Rock and John Cena. Then it happened the next year. Like, come on. John Cena, Randy Orton, they had their, what was it? Like, I think it was an Iron Man match. Yeah. It was supposed to be the last match.
Last time.
And then they fought for like a decade after
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You beat me. My career's over. I'll never wrestle again.
Yeah, and then
Saudi Arabia, you got a paycheck.
No, Sean, I never said that you could come back. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's hilarious. It's just so hilarious. But yeah, here we are. Last man standing match. The floor is yours. Just tell us how Roman Reigns is going to win the match. Just go ahead and tell us how he's going to win.
He's going to beat that man's ass. Beat him. We're TV 14 now, so somebody bleeding. Somebody is bleeding, blading, doing all that good stuff, man. His bones are broken. I can't wait for this. It's going to be violent. Violence from the tribal chief. We'll see this, and he will be in rare form for SummerSlam, for the Beast, for the new Beast Slayer, Tribal Chief. It's going to be an awesome match. Hopefully it'll be an awesome match, not the same thing. They see that was the down point for WrestleMania. They told a great story. Build-up was perfect, but what I saw from the wrestling, it was pretty much their standard you know,
You feel
Brock
like you've
Lesnar.
seen it before with
Exactly.
all their other matches.
It was nothing different. Nothing.
Yeah.
Now last man changing. Great stipulation,
Yeah.
so they can fight all over the ring. Just doesn't have to be in the square circle. So I'm down for this last man standing match, and of course it'll be the Tribal Chief standing tall, going like this over Brock Lesnar, both for the titles. Yeah, while that man's sleeping.
Now, do you see it being like a clean, like it's just him, or do you see him getting help putting out Brock?
It should be clean. Just him. Yeah, he don't need anybody help. He don't need Usos to come out. He don't need what's the other guy from 2.0 make a debut.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Sikoa.
Yeah, the street champion. Champion. I don't want him to pop up. No. I want it to be clean between these two behemoths. All right. And then I guess we'll figure it out if Theory wants to pop up or not. Wants to take advantage.
So obviously Roman Reigns, but do you see Theory trying to cash in?
Failed cash in attempt, I think.
Okay.
I think it'll be a failed cash in, and that would be his story. That would probably change his motivation as well for his character. It would be a part of a evolving of his character, of him losing that, or the failed cashing attempt, like you see with Corbin. Ever since he lost that, you saw this gradual change for him. So I think that's what's going to happen with Theory, because he doesn't need it. He's 24. You need to be the youngest undisputed champ. You already got two. You always been the youngest in the United States. You the youngest Money in the Bank. You don't need no youngest. Not on the Tribal Chief watch. That ain't happening, sir. No.
Yeah. Man, this is gonna be an interesting one, because I'm gonna be thinking about you during this matchup and wondering, like, is Devin gonna be okay if Brock Lesnar pulls this off and beats Roman Reigns?
No.
Oh man. But look, I've thought about this for a while, and I refuse to just take a frivolous pick against Roman Reigns without really feeling like, ooh, I feel strongly about, this other person winning. As badass as Brock is, as capable as Brock is, there's something about this that feels like Roman's just going to retain. Like, it feels like Brock is not necessarily the best person to take this Undisputed Championship away from Roman. I'm holding out for someone like a Big E to be that guy, to make a triumphant return, and then at a WrestleMania or something like that, to be the guy to beat him, and then all that power shifts over to Big E to really create a superstar. And in this new era of WWE, it's more likely now that they give someone like that an opportunity to beat Roman Reigns, and become that guy. So I would like it to be someone like that. I could see a Cody Rhodes as well. And I feel like Vince would have given it to Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, but now it's on the Triple H regime.
Right. I'm just saying,
smash the throne, huh, motherfucker? Huh. What was that? What was in your contract?
Cody leaves, goes back to AEW because he keeps getting just buried by Triple H. He's like, fuck you, Cody. I don't give a damn. That contract you signed? Yeah, that was Vince. We got a new contract now.
Put on this fucking Stardust costume.
You put that shit on and take the Homelander jacket off. Take that pyro away. That's way too much. You had the budget for all that. Take that shit away.
No. Makeup lady. Yeah. Get
down here.
Yeah, put the shit on. Get the stars on his eyes. Put the silver paint. Get all that. All this fucking Homelander shit. Fuck is you? Think you is? Smash my goddamn throne.
Smash my throne.
You want to pop up at WrestleMania? Okay.
Oh man. So I feel like, definitely take it, and it's a point that we've talked about, that you brought up many times, is that when the way that Roman Reigns has carried this championship, he's risen up the prestige of the Universal Championship. He has the WWE Championship now. Combined them, made them an undisputed championship. So there is a lot of prestige that's been put onto this championship. So whoever beats him, that person is going to be a made man, because it's like, wow, you've taken that, and they got to do something with it, because it's the man that makes the championship. So it's not just beat him, now you got to do something with it. And so I would want someone who, first of all, that needs it to propel them to become the next star. I don't want it to just be someone like a Brock who, he doesn't need it. If
he doesn't need it.
It's cool, but
yeah,
it doesn't do anything for him.
It doesn't elevate him.
Right. He's fine. He's fine the way he is. Like, okay, it's shocking. You had Roman's reign, and but at the same time, but to what end? For what now? Like, just to have somebody else
Roman before. You gave
Brock.
him 6 F5s in that fucking horrendous WrestleMania match.
We've seen that. Like, it doesn't do anything for us. If anything, continue it on and give it to somebody. I would even take, honestly, if Drew were the guy to beat him at the Clash at the Castle, to help elevate Drew, to give him a second chance and in front of a crowd, and oh my God, out there, like, just that atmosphere would be insane if Drew won it, at that show. Like, I think that would be something special. I don't know if it'll happen. I'm not totally sold on that happening, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like that would be a better win than Brock being the guy to beat him. I think that it would just mean more, but even beyond Drew, a Braun Breaker, coming up and beating Roman Reigns, somebody that it's like, hey, we're going to use this to make you a made man. I feel like that would make more sense. Maybe Theory down the road, Royal Rumble winner, then finds a way, shenanigans to beat Roman Reigns. Like, maybe it is Theory that becomes the new face of WWE. Maybe Theory goes against John Cena. Prior to that, beats John Cena, goes on to face Roman Reigns later on, beats Roman Reigns. Like, maybe they build him up that way. That's what I'm saying, is that it feels like the smarter choice to take the championship off of Roman Reigns would be to give it to someone that could make the most out of that opportunity to become a new star. Like, that is a star-making thing, to just beat Roman Reigns now. So, yeah, let's find someone who can truly benefit from that. I don't think it's Brock. So for that reason, I'm picking Roman Reigns. As far as the cash-in goes, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a failed cash-in. And hilariously enough, that'll be another thing that him and John Cena have in common, because John Cena also had a failed cash-in.
Yes.
So this matchup between him and John Cena, there'll be plenty to talk about, plenty to go back and forth, and John Cena can throw that in him just as well as Theory throws it in him. So I think that'll be cool. But I don't see Theory successfully cashing in on Roman Reigns. If Brock somehow won, I don't know. I could see Theory becoming the only way I see Theory becoming champion is if Brock does win. If he won, I see Theory cashing in on Brock. But if Roman wins, I see him losing if he cashes in. I don't even think he'll cash in, to be honest with you. If Roman wins, that would be a bad business decision, because you still got the Usos back there. You still got Sami Zayn. Like, there's so much that can go wrong.
He's protected.
So, right. He is. You got to be smart about this.
Layers, exactly.
Yeah, that situation, unless, if they're really going all in with this, you got to have the Street Profits win and just beat down the Usos to the point where the Usos are gone. Then you got to have Brock win, if the Usos are gone, then that is more for Roman retains, but then Theory cashes in on Roman. So it sets up like, oh, he has no backup. But I don't know. Something still tells me Roman Reigns will just put that man to sleep. Like,
right,
wraps him up.
Choke you out.
And that's if Bobby Lashley just wrecked this dude to the point where he can't do shit anyway, because he just had a match with Bobby Lashley. Like, yeah, it's I don't see Theory becoming champion at SummerSlam. They could try some things to make us believe that it might happen, but at the end of the day, and still undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, we the ones walking out
Tribal
the
Chief.
same way he walked in.
I don't care about them kids. Fuck them. I don't like them.
Perfect way to end it.
Oh, man. Hey, I'll never forget that night. All them kids was crying because Tribal Chief he beat RK, bro. Them kids was hurt, man. He was hurting. And the kid dad had to console him, bro. It's going to be all right. You're going to be okay. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No chill.
Tribal
Got
Chief.
no chill. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about them kids.
So, like I said, I think that's the perfect way to end it, really. Like, we're going to find out what happened. SummerSlam this coming Saturday is going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to recap it, talk about everything that happened on this show. Yeah, man, I think top to bottom, this card is really solid. It's a really fun looking card. So it should be fun. And there might be more that gets added to it between now and Saturday. We still got Raw. We still got SmackDown. We still got Dominic potentially turning on his dad. Judgment Day. Who is this in this video, in these cryptic videos? It's probably Edge. Everything feels like Edge. But, you know, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But should be a lot of fun. But that is going to do it as far as the predictions go for SummerSlam. Anything else to add overall before we call it a show?
I think we covered it all, man. One of the biggest news in wrestling history ever. Vince McMahon no longer associated with WWE. That is weird. I just said that. That is part of reality now. It's weird.
Fantasy booking.
Right.
That is real. Vince McMahon is no longer part of WWE. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it'll probably hit me once we cross WrestleMania. Because that was his baby. He created that whole thing.
First WrestleMania without him?
Yeah. I think that's when it'll hit me. I'm like, okay, yeah, wow, we're here. But yeah, woo, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird.
Yep. Hey,
but exciting at the same time.
Absolutely. So with that said, that is gonna do it for this episode. But before we go, as always, Evan, please tell the people where they can catch us.
Yes, all the time. You know you can always find us on those various social platforms. We got Facebook. We got the awesome Facebook group, Clark Street Wrestling Community. Go ahead and hit that join. Look for us. We are open to all walks of wrestling, MLW, AEW, WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor.
Shout out to Ring of Honor, too. I saw Death
Before Dishonor.
Dishonor.
Yeah.
Great card overall, man, from top to bottom. Like that was a really cool card. And shout out to just all the wrestlers involved in there, man. Like it just looks solid.
New champion Claudio, Ring of Honor champion.
Claudio, shout out to him, man. Like it's his first world championship. That was a moment. That was a moment for sure. Seeing his excitement over that and everything, and it was just cool. It was a real cool night. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, man. They got some good things going on. We'll see what happens. See what Tony can do with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the production-wise, it looks solid. You know, a lot of the similar referees they had to in the matches. Yeah. So, you know, it felt very much like AEW, but just with an ROH branding on it.
That's all. Yeah.
But yeah. And that 2 out of 3 falls the tag team matchup for the main event.
Woo!
Wow.
Never my body sore just after looking.
Say that, like that was intense. I've seen it, the redness. We see Gunther on a daily basis do this, you know, to his tag team partner. But to
get up,
yeah,
get up.
Like what the fuck? I want a match. Leave me alone. Oh man, that's a good story. I really like what they're doing with Gunther's story and look. They
haven't missed with him yet, bro.
Wow.
Don't fuck with him. Yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there about ROH. They did a great pay-per-view and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah. So yes, talk about ROH.
Yes, yeah. Talk about ROH. All walks of wrestling is accepted with us. All right, cool. And you can always follow our Instagram, our Twitter, TikTok. Yes, TikToking, as I call it, and we had crossed that 3,800 followers. So thank you for following the Clark Street Wrestling TikTok page on the TikTok. We definitely appreciate that. And all those social networks I just named, there's only one stop and shop website. That is ClarkStreetWrestling.com. ST for the abbreviation, where we all of our episodes linked on YouTube and audio platform as well, even on Spotify. So if you're on Spotify, you can still watch us, you can see us. Hey, how you doing? We see you, you see us. It's all good. It's all love. And of course, I can't forget about our merch. Yeah,
Get your damn merch.
Get your merch, like these shirts, tanks, and your beach towels.
Beach towels.
If you're over there on the East Coast, Boston, New York, Jersey, and that fucking heat wave, don't burn your ass on that sand. Protect your ass. Get your beach towel. Yes, we got a sale going on, so get your beach towel. Protect your ass, okay? All right, protect it. And you know what? I got to shout out some couple of podcasts. Shout out to Front Face Lock. I was on their live stream, I think it was a couple of nights ago, just talking about some AEW, what I don't like, what we do like. It was cool. They mostly shit on AEW. It's cool. I had no problems with it. Really, I really had no problems. Maybe a couple of arguments here and there, but I pretty much agreed with them. I'm like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. AEW does not suck. They have some issues, but.
You know what I mean. I still have fun with it.
I'm just clarifying.
It's just right.
You just put it out there. Yeah, AEW sucks. Whoa.
Let them get pissed off. I want them to get pissed off. Oh, AEW sucks. Here's my email, Clark Street Wrestling. Oh, look at that. Thank you for that email. I want it.
It fuels Devin. Understand? It fuels.
Yes, it does. I want that negativity. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Shout out to the Jofo in the ring. They're rocking our merch. Yeah, shout out to Nick from the Universal Wrestling Podcast, rocking our merch as well. So we appreciate that. Rocking for the Clark Street brand. So everybody supporting us. Thank you. And you can find all that merch, ClarkStreetWrestling.com/store. Oh, yo, pleasure. It is decided.
Yes. And with that said, that is going to do it again for this episode where we did our predictions for SummerSlam and recap the crazy news of Vince McMahon retiring at age 77. Hey, happy retirement, Vince, and let's see what the future holds. With that said, for Devin, I'm Hafeez. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. Vince is no more, ladies and gentlemen. He has left the building. Yeah, AEW sucks. I said it. It sucks. I could let Hafeez specify for that. But for me in general, it sucks. I said it. I want all the smoke. Yeah, I said it, Dom. I said it. AEW sucks. They got a pretend champion.
He's going to have a field day with that one.
Yeah, he mentioned it too. See? Circle of Debate.
He didn't forget. Circle of Debate.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yes, debate coming soon. You got a new buddy, Mike De Niro. What's up from the Wrestling DeLorean? He's part of the Circle of Debate, so shout out to you. But yeah, you gotta deal with us now. You gotta deal with us. AEW sucks.